So let's talk about something that honestly catches a lot of gardeners off guard. Dead soil. It's one of those things that can sneak up on you, right? You might be adding all sorts of stuff to your garden, but if the soil's lifeless, well, you're really just spinning your wheels. Most gardeners are pouring fertilizer into dead soil and wondering why nothing changes. That's the mistake. You're feeding plants that can't eat. When soil biology is inactive, nutrients just sit there or wash away. The result is weak growth, poor yields, and plants that constantly look like they're struggling no matter how much you add. Dead soil isn't just low in nutrients, it's biologically inactive. No microbes, no nutrient cycling, no structure. That's why you see water pooling on the surface, roots staying shallow, and plants stalling halfway through the season. And here's the part most people miss. You can't fix that with more fertilizer. Before we get into the liquid that actually brings soil back to life, there's one small tool that changed how consistent my results became. I started using a 4-litre electric composter for kitchen to process food scraps into stable, usable material quickly. It solved a problem I kept running into. Half-broken compost that wasn't ready, but I used it anyway. That inconsistency affects soil biology more than people think. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Now let's get into what actually revives dead soil. Alright, so let's talk about something that's honestly a bit of a game changer in the garden: fermented plant extracts. Now you might be thinking this all sounds a bit odd, but trust me, it's one of the most effective ways to get nutrients straight to your plants naturally. The process is simple, but the results can be, well, quite remarkable. Fermentation breaks down plant materials, releasing nutrients in a form that your garden can easily absorb. And it's a method that's both sustainable and incredibly cost-effective. So if you're looking for a way to boost your soil and plant health without resorting to synthetic fertilizers, this is definitely worth a try. The liquid I'm talking about isn't new. It's been used for generations, but most modern gardeners ignore it because it doesn't come in a bottle with instructions. It's a fermented plant extract, sometimes called a bioliquid, compost tea alternative, or simply plant brew. But the way most people make it is wrong, and that's why they don't see results. Here's what actually works. You need a nitrogen-rich green material as your base. Fresh weeds, grass clippings, or leafy plant waste. Not dry material. Dry material won't ferment properly. I usually use a mix of comfrey leaves, young nettles, and kitchen scraps like vegetable peels. You pack this into a container and add water until it's fully submerged. The ratio matters, roughly 1 part plant material to 2 parts water. Then you cover it loosely and let it ferment for 7 to 10 days. This is where most people ruin it. They stir it too often or they seal it completely. Both are mistakes. You want a slow anaerobic fermentation, not full oxygen exposure and not pressure buildup. I leave mine loosely covered and stir it maybe once every 2 days. By day 3, you'll smell it. By day 7, it's ready. And yes, it smells strong. That's part of the process. But what you're creating is a microbe-rich liquid full of soluble nutrients and organic acids that wake soil back up. Once the fermentation is done, you'll notice the liquid has changed. It's darker and honestly a bit pungent. That's totally normal. When you apply it to your soil, you're introducing a boost of life and nutrients that plants absolutely love. You might see greener leaves, faster growth, and just overall healthier plants in as little as a week or two. And it's really satisfying to see the results, and it's all from something you made yourself. Now, here's the part most people skip, and it's why their results are inconsistent. You never apply this liquid directly. It's too concentrated. You dilute it. About 1 part liquid to 10 parts water for soil drenching. For foliar feeding, I go even lighter, around 1 to 20. When you apply this to dead soil, something interesting happens within days. The surface starts to soften, water begins to absorb instead of pooling. Earthworms return if they're in the area, and plant growth shifts from slow and pale to steady and deep green. That's not because you added fertilizer, it's because you restarted biological activity. And here's where I'm going to challenge a common piece of advice. People say, feed the soil, not the plant. That's true, but only if your soil is alive. If it's dead, there's nothing to feed. You have to rebuild that life first. This liquid does exactly that. Now let's look at a real-world example and, well, a bit of the science behind it. When researchers applied this kind of biological solution to depleted soils, they observed a measurable increase in microbial activity within just a week. The soil's structure and water retention improved noticeably, and, these changes led to healthier, more resilient plants. It's not magic, it's just biology getting back to work. I tested this in a raised bed that hadn't produced properly for 2 seasons. Compacted soil, poor drainage, low yield. I applied this fermented liquid once every 5 days for 2 weeks. No synthetic fertilizer, no compost added during that period. By the 3rd application, the difference was visible. Not dramatic overnight growth, but steady, healthy recovery. Leaves thickened, color deepened, and new growth stopped stalling. Now let's talk about why this works on a biological level, because honestly, understanding this will change how you approach everything in your garden. During fermentation, plant material breaks down into simpler compounds, amino acids, organic acids, and soluble nutrients. At the same time, beneficial microbes multiply in that environment. When you apply it to soil, you're introducing both food and life. It's not just feeding plants, it's rebuilding the system that feeds plants. And this connects back to something most gardeners overlook: input quality. If you're using weak compost or inconsistent organic matter, you're not building a stable soil system. That's why I prefer processing kitchen waste into a more controlled form before using it. It reduces variability and gives you a more predictable base for things like this liquid. So, to wrap things up, here are a few practical tips you might find useful. First, always keep your fermentation container loosely covered. This helps airflow but keeps pests out. Second, strain your liquid before applying it, just to avoid clogging up watering cans or sprayers. Third, dilute your liquid before use. A ratio of 1 part liquid to 10 parts water usually does the trick. And finally, try to use your brew within a week or 2, because it's at its best when it's fresh. Give this a go, and you'll really start to see your soil and plants thrive in ways you might not have expected. Happy gardening! Now let's get practical, because application matters just as much as preparation. Timing is critical. Apply this liquid in the early morning or late afternoon, never in the heat of the day. You want microbes to survive and establish, not get destroyed by heat and UV. Soil moisture also matters. If the soil is bone dry, water it lightly first, then apply the diluted liquid. If you apply directly to dry soil, most of it won't penetrate properly. And don't overdo it. More is not better here. Over-application can create imbalance and temporarily stress plants. Stick to every 5 to 7 days during recovery, then reduce to once every 2 weeks for maintenance. Now here's something that surprises most people. This works in containers and even hydroponic systems with adjustments. In containers, the effect is faster because the environment is controlled. You'll see improvement within days if root conditions are decent. In hydroponics, you don't use the fermented liquid directly in the reservoir. Instead, you use a highly filtered version or apply it to root zones in hybrid systems. But the principle remains the same: support biology, don't just push nutrients. And here's where most people go wrong again. They stop once the soil looks better. That's a mistake. Soil health isn't something you fix once. It's something you maintain. That's why I cycle this liquid with other inputs: compost, mulch, and occasional mineral amendments. Each plays a role. The liquid jumpstarts biology. Compost feeds it long-term. Mulch protects it. Skip one, and the system weakens over time. Now, let's address the smell, because that's the first thing people complain about. Yes, it smells during fermentation, that's normal. But once diluted and applied, the smell fades quickly. If it doesn't, you either didn't dilute it enough or your mix went anaerobic in the wrong way. A properly fermented liquid smells strong but not rotten. There's a difference. And if you want to reduce that smell issue altogether, managing your base materials helps. Fresh, balanced plant inputs ferment more cleanly than random mixed waste. That's another reason I like having a consistent way to process organic material. It gives you better starting inputs for everything else you do in the garden. Now here's the bigger takeaway. Most gardening problems aren't solved by adding more products. They're solved by understanding processes. Soil isn't just dirt, it's a living system. When that system breaks down, everything else follows. This ancient liquid works because it respects that system. It doesn't force growth. It restores function. And once you see that in action, you stop chasing quick fixes and start building something that actually sustains itself. If you've been dealing with soil that just won't respond no matter what you add, this is where you start. Not with more fertilizer, but with rebuilding life. Subscribe to FamLogic if you want more practical, experience-based techniques like this. No fluff, no trends, just what actually works in real gardens. And share this with someone who's struggling with dead soil, because once you understand how to bring soil back to life, everything else in gardening gets easier.